Today I'm going to talk to you about why we don't celebrate Christmas. There's a few reasons why we don't. It's just not something that I've ever really enjoyed. So yeah, we don't celebrate Christmas, and this is the reasons why. So the first one is neither of us is religious. We do have our own kind of individual interests and beliefs, which I've spoken about previously, but ultimately neither of us are religious, and the true spirit of Christmas is this big religious thing. Okay, it's now turned into an exercise in consumerism that people just feel the need to buy as much as they physically can and get themselves into a ridiculous amount of debt over it. But that's not something that we feel the need to do, either the religious side or the consumerist side. A big reason we don't celebrate Christmas is we don't have kids. Christmas is definitely a kids thing. Seeing the joy on their faces when they open things and how excited they get because of Santa. We don't have that. Our friends up here that have kids, we don't really see them this time of year. So we don't kind of get that excitement by proxy. And I'm cool with that. I don't really like children. So I'd rather just continue on as if it's like any other day. Gigi's not going to notice. He doesn't care less. So yeah, to us, it is just another day. We have enough stuff as it is. We have piles of stuff. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I'm trying to cut it down. The last thing we need is to be spending a load of money on stuff that other people don't need and receiving back in return a load of stuff that I don't want, need, or have space for. It's just a complete waste of money for both parties. So I'd rather just do something nice for the sheer hell of it, rather than have it on this set day. This is the day that you should do nice things for people. No, there's 365 days in a year. You can do nice things any day. It shouldn't be this set day. So we don't feel the need to do that. There is one exception to this rule, which is my granny. She is this tiny little frail thing. She eats like a bird, and she's always going on about how fat she is when she's not. She's really tiny, and I genuinely worry about her. So Christmas is the only time, along with her birthday, that she will accept a parcel of food. I will send her like fattening biscuits and crisps and jams and all kinds of things like that to fatten her up. That is the only thing that I do for Christmas, is try and fatten up my granny because she really needs it, and I worry about her. With Leo, me and Leo do exchange gifts, but this is something we do all year round. What we've done is I've got a little book of IOUs for him, and each month he gets a bag of coffee. This is something he would be buying anyway, so this is costing nothing extra than it would do anyway. He's got one for me which is for tea. So each month we go and we buy each other a bag of coffee and a bag of tea, and we'll have a nice day out. We'll go and see a new cafe or go and see a new shop, or like this month we were in Paris. All these new tea shops, all these new coffee shops. It meant that we had an excuse to go out and spend the day finding something nice that we can then take home with us, and we can continue on through the month. This isn't a Christmas thing. This is an all year round thing because it's something we'd buy anyway. It's not costing us anything extra, and it's just an excuse to have a nice day out together. That money that goes on piles, like 2 weeks worth of food for one day, all the time, all the effort, all the presents, all of that time and effort and money, we would rather focus elsewhere. I would rather spend the money that would be spent on Christmas Day on a holiday. Because let's face it, the amount that is spent by some people, I mean, if it makes them happy, power to them, brilliant. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. But the amount of money that is spent on that day could go on a holiday, could be spent over like a week, 2 weeks somewhere else. And that's what I would rather do. I'd rather spend that money exploring the world. Instead of doing a big meal, I'll just spend some extra time making something that I otherwise wouldn't necessarily bother with. All the shops are closed, so I've got all the time to make it. And this year, Leo's going to be working. He's a nurse. They work every day of the year. People are sick. People need looking after. He's working. So it's just me and Gigi. Nothing's open. So I'm going to spend the day making something time consuming and nice because that's what I've got the time to do. it's not going to be a giant roast. It's probably going to be something like a pizza. I'd rather spend the time doing that than getting really, really stressed over this perfect roast meal that involves like 15 different vegetables. To me, it's just another day, and any other day I have like this where I have nothing to do, I make something time consuming because it's nice to have a nice meal like that sometimes. I know some of this makes me sound like a big old Scrooge, but Christmas just isn't for me. It's never been for me. I've never had a family Christmas, and therefore the idea of it, I don't understand, I don't comprehend, and it just makes me really nervous, and I'd rather just carry on like I normally would. I get Christmas is for some people, and some people really enjoy it. If you enjoy it, fantastic. I don't. That's why I put that time and energy elsewhere. And yeah, it's really, really just not for me. I don't want to waste the time and effort and money on it. And I know I've said that a lot, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. It's just another day. I don't want to waste the time and effort and money on it. And yeah, it's not for me.